Well, let's just say you're about to buy your dream house and you have the perfect location, has an amazing backyard within your budget. But you also have is the confusion between property title and the deed. So I want to explain this to you so you can avoid this big problem, because the property title, it represents the claim to your property. But the deed, on the other hand, it transfers the ownership of that property from the previous owner to the new one. Now, think about it as owning a really cool toy. Now, the property title is a certificate that says, hey, you're the owner of this toy. It shows who really owns it. But the property deed is like a special note that you get when you're actually getting that toy, and it shows that someone gave that toy to you and it's now yours. Now, there's a few more things that you must know about, especially if you're buying a home, because knowing these property documents is super important so you can simplify your home buying process. And this can save you from a lot of trouble as you navigate through the buying process that can include any confusions down the road. So that's exactly why I do these videos here on this channel. My name is Jerry Pinkas. I'm your real estate expert here to help you to avoid the pitfalls that are costly. And I'm not an attorney and I'm not an accountant, but as a real estate broker over the last 20 years, I've seen some absolutely crazy things. Now, today's video, I want to discuss the key differences between the property title and that deed. And also at the end, I'm going to cover some common issues that you may face so you can avoid them. So give me a thumbs up if you're good with that. First, let's discuss what the key differences are. The property title focuses on the current ownership of that property, and this title verifies and establishes your legal claim to the property. So imagine it as a certificate of authenticity to your home. Now, the property title goes beyond simply stating that you have ownership. It also contains important details about that property itself. Now, this information usually includes the legal description of that land, and this includes any boundaries or measurements to that property. So the title may also include any easements or restrictions to the property usage. So this is very important. Now remember, depending on where you live, the property title could be on public record. So it could be at the courthouse. So anyone may be able to access this information. Now this also gives you an additional benefit as well, because you can use it to monitor any potential issues that may arise down the road. For instance, let's say somebody tries to place a lien on your property. A lien is a claim against the property that requires payment, and it could show that on that actual title. So this will allow you to address the situation and take action properly. On the other hand, the property deed is useful and helpful during the ownership transfer process from seller to a buyer. Now, this document hands over the full control of that property to the buyer. And this document usually specifies information like the names of the seller and the names of the buyer and the property description, and also the purchase price of that property or that house. Once the property deed is signed and it's recorded, it becomes a vital part of property ownership documentation. So having a secure deed is essential in ensuring that your ownership rights are properly documented and enforceable, because this will reduce the risk of any future disputes. Additionally, if you decide to sell that property into the future, your buyer will ask you for a clear and a valid deed from you to transfer ownership to them. So when you list your house for sale on the real estate market, having a readily available deed will also simplify the selling process for you. Now again, I'm not practicing law here, I'm just relaying helpful information, because property deeds are typically handled through professionals during closing, and that would be either an attorney or a title company. And there's a few pitfalls that you need to be careful about and aware of, and I have seen this happen. Now this could be anything from typos in legal descriptions or inaccurate measurements of the property boundaries. Such minor areas can lead to complications down the road, such as boundary disputes with neighbors. It is important to resolve such issues as soon as possible, so don't wait until it's time to sell the house. Now, in some cases, there might be hidden liens on the property title that weren't disclosed during the original purchase process. Now, these liens could be anything from unpaid taxes to unpaid contractor fees, mechanics liens, or even judgments against the previous owner. So you've got to get that cleaned up. On the other hand, the deed may be missing critical information or not being signed by all required parties, and this may be considered incomplete. This is important because I have seen some people list their property and only at closing to find out that they have an issue. An incomplete deed may not effectively transfer ownership rights, and this will make selling process more complicated in the future. So if you hire a good real estate closing attorney, they will try and help you avoid these issues. And a good attorney will work with the title company to conduct a thorough title search on that property and make sure that everything is all right. Now, if you have title insurance, this can help you out big time. Now, even if you do come across such problems, the skill the knowledge and the experience of the real estate agent that you're working with can make a huge difference as well. For example, we had a client who was purchasing and the seller's husband had passed away and the wife was in hospice care. Yet the title to the house was showing an open unpaid loan back in the 1980s from a savings and loan bank that had gone out of business and was bought by another bank. Without getting this cleaned up, the property would never transfer title. So we tracked down the bank, we got in touch with the proper parties and family members to get this information corrected and updated. And it's all about connecting the dots. Now, no one could see this from the outside, but working with the right real estate experts in a situation can significantly help you to solve such problems. But not everyone gets an expert. So what do you do in this situation? Now, here's a few things that you can do in such scenarios. Number one, insist on a title search. A title search is a critical step. This is an in-depth examination that will help you uncover any potential issues with property title. And this could be anything from typing errors, liens, or outstanding claims. Also, don't hesitate to directly contact a reputable title company to initiate this process. And number two, consult a real estate lawyer. While a good real estate agent can help you in all sorts of matters, this is something that's outside their realm of expertise. So when it comes to legal issues, consider seeking legal counsel from a reputable real estate attorney. They can be a valuable resource in reviewing the title search results and explaining any complex legal aspects related to property ownership. A lawyer can guide you through the potential title issues and advise you how to address them before finalizing that purchase. Now, buying a home can be a stressful experience, especially if you're moving out of town to a new state or a new city, or even if you're a first-time home buyer. A knowledgeable and experienced real estate expert can offer significant advantages to you. And this is why it's important to especially prioritize local experts with a strong understanding of the local real estate market and have professional experience in solving such property issues. And if you already didn't know, I'm Jerry with Jerry Pinkas Real Estate Experts. My real estate team is here to help you find your hidden gem and to avoid those pitfalls that are costly. So give us a call at 843-839-9870. My team has helped well over 2,000 people successfully move, and we're here to help you too. And of course, if you found this video helpful, make sure you share it with somebody you know who could use this. And until next time, stay happy, stay educated, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care, guys.